jigsaw shed. So in this project I decided to dig out the oak worktop piece that I was given by Huey Lionsheart and turn another square bowl. Now I had turned a square bowl back in the summer from a walnut piece that he gave me, but this time I decided I want to do something a little bit different to the wings. So stay tuned and see what I get up to. So at this point I am just rough turning the shape, as although I knew what I wanted to do with the piece, I didn't really know the full shape of what I was looking for, so I'm just letting the journey guide me. So I just started making the markings of a mortise just so I know how wide I want to make my foot at the bottom of it, as that will give me an idea of my proportions as well. So just working up to the wings there, and in this bowl I decided I'm going to start undercutting the wings, but did get a bit of a catch there, just the fibers got stuck. No biggie, reset it and continued. So when undercutting the wings, I was using my 1/4 inch spindle gouge with a swept back line, just because it gave me that better precision to get a sharper edge for the transition between the bowl and the wings. Obviously when doing the wings I had to be really careful that I didn't catch myself, so at all times I try and keep my arm behind the tool rest, or any of my body parts behind the tool rest, so it doesn't get caught. And here I'm just using the bowl gouge and the spindle gouge interchangeably to get the shape of the bowl, the curvature right, that until I'm happy with it, and getting that sharp edge. And then it's back on to sanding. Now there was a lot of sanding in this project, but I'm not going to bore you with all of that, I'll skip ahead. So having flipped the bowl around, I just flattened off the top and then started working on the shape of the wings itself. And then it was on to hollowing the bowl. Now this was a really quick and a lot of fun to do, but it did throw oak chips everywhere. And when I was walking into the house, I did leave a little trail behind me, and I kept finding them down the back of my shirt as well. Now I know I cut the sound out, but it does sound horrible sped up, and I won't subject you to that. However, I could hear a change in the frequency, so had to do my depth checks. The first one revealed there's more to cut away, but then after subsequent ones I was happy with the depth and confident I was not going to go through the bottom of the bowl, and I could move on to sanding. Now again, not going to bore you with this, I will cut to the chase quite quickly. So at this point, starting the process, I did question myself going, what are you doing, John? You are messing this up. But I'm not going to say my opinion here. I'll leave you to the end to make your own judgment and let me know in the comments down below. But I'm using the new Dremel power carving bits, so the blue bits. They're fairly new onto the UK market, and my goodness, do they cut into the oak really well, making a quick job of the carving. Now I'm obviously using it with my 8-60, and I put the comfy grip on just to give me better control over the carving process. Now you can see the bowl moving around a bit. I do need to get myself something that I can mount my chuck in to actually secure that better. So although I'm trying the different bits, I preferred the flame and the small taper, the long one, for this piece. The round nose one wasn't cutting in exactly how I want it with the shaping of this. Now this was the tricky part, getting right into the edge of the rim of the bowl and the wing itself, just to get the texture all the way up to that. But the small taper worked really well, just getting in tightly there. And then just cleaning up the edge, roughing it up a bit as well, just to add more to the effect of this bowl. So to help the sanding process, I used the EZ Speed Click sanding discs, the 240 grit, to help smooth it all and tidy it up. But it did scorch it a bit on the end grain sections. I could probably have turned the speed down, but overall it actually added to the effect of the piece itself. So once I was done with the sanding disc, I moved on to the abrasive buffs, and firstly using the coarser one before moving on to the finer one. Now I probably did press a bit harder on it, and I did use it for quite a bit, so the finer one did wear away, but it really helped smooth up that textured surface. And then engraving my logo with the laser. It worked really well on the oak, and I think next time I need to change the power settings down a bit on it. And then onto oiling. Now I'm going to use this for a bit of food as well, sort of dry snacks and everything when I'm doing barbecues. So food safe finish on the inside, and then just Chestnut Products finishing oil on the outside of it to give it a bit more of a gloss feel itself, or a bit more shiny. I did about 3 coats of the oil, rubbing it down with Chestnut's nightwear pads in between each coat, but I'm not going to keep you for all of that. Well, thank you for joining me in Jigsaw Shed, and thank you so much to UE Lionsheart for giving me this blank. I had a lot of fun with this project, and really enjoyed carving with the new Dremel bits. They worked really well, and yeah, really pleased with the texturing as well.
So I really like this piece. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. And remember to subscribe to my video if you've not done so yet. And remember to hit that thumbs up button as well. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.